Welcome back. I am here again on the Unorthoblocks server. I know it's been a little bit of time, but I'm going to keep continuing. I've got a few things I'm going to show you today. So now that I've got my sugarcane farm built, and I've moved our zombie out of the way into his own little kiosk, I need to move some more of these temporary farms into their own building. So this episode I'm going to focus on the bamboo farm. So I have some bamboo, and one of my new favorite blocks is the tuft bricks. So I am setting aside this large area here because I need to include a full bamboo farm and storage system all into one building, into this one area. So for this build, I'm going to use a lot of the bamboo, just because it goes with the build. It's bamboo, might as well use bamboo. And then I am using slabs since they go farther than the whole blocks, because I don't have a bamboo farm yet to get a lot of bamboo blocks. I need to make them stretch as far as they can go. Well, first I need to get this horse out of here. Okay, dang, I got no saddle. So maybe if I just wait around, he'll wander out on his own and I don't have to worry about that. And there he goes. I figured he'd wander off on his own. Okay, so let's get started with a foundation here. So this here, no one's going to see this, but this is where all the redstone stuff is behind the scenes. And then we'll have a row here. I guess this is where, you know, like the bamboo's going to go, and then we'll have like a wall in front of it. So this here is going to be the area for the bamboo to grow, and then it get harvested by a bunch of pistons. Pretty simple, straightforward. So I'm going to need an area for the redstone and the pistons in that row here, and then to plant the bamboo. So we go up one block. So I need to keep the level of the bamboo, at least one level, and then add in the pistons, and that's going to harvest the bamboo when it gets high enough. But leave, you know, it's the same system we use for the sugarcane farm. So this here is all going to be closed in with concrete, so you can't see any of the redstone mechanisms, but most of the building is going to be all glass. So up here on top of these pistons, this is going to be like a giant wall of glass up here. And that horse is determined to get in the way of everything. You just stay out of here. So my idea is to make this a very light and open build. So that's why I've got a lot of glass here, and I have a lot of glass on the other walls. Now you're going to be able to see a little bit of the redstone behind here, because somehow I've got to get the signal from up here, where it's going to detect the bamboo, to down below where the pistons need to fire. But that'll be something you can see, gives it a little industrial look. I had to actually go out and grow more bamboo. So, you know, because I couldn't finish the floor because I didn't have enough. And the walls are going to be also bamboo, just a touch of concrete up, you know, a couple of levels. I just need to go up tall enough to cover up all these hoppers and storage chests along the wall. So on the first row, I'm going to do bamboo. So these bamboo blocks are going to go along right on top of these tough bricks. And this wall here I'm doing, this is where all the chests and the hoppers are going to be. So it has to be pretty solid so you can't see, you know, all the junk behind it. But I think the bamboo and the tuft, I think, go together. I'm not sure, or maybe it's my imagination, but I think they actually they kind of complement each other. And then having that block there kind of makes a nice solid bamboo interior. You don't see there's no gap there. You don't see anything. It's just solid bamboo wall all the way inside. And then we'll put this this concrete powder up probably 2, maybe 3, but I think 2 tiers up. Just enough to hide the chests. And I like to use the powder because it has this texture to it. They're actually concrete. Once you get it wet, it's really flat. I mean, it's a nice flat, so if you're doing super modern, super clean, that's good. But with I think the powder works better for wall textures. And this horse is just going to be causing me trouble, isn't it? You need to get out of there, horse. Don't talk back to me. You get out of there. Come on. Get through here. No, don't climb up. Don't climb up there. Let's see if I can push your fat butt off of here. Get out of here. Get. Okay, let me get this up a couple levels so he's not going to be able to get back in there. Oh, brother. Okay, so I'm going to do this wall of white concrete, and that really matches the rest of the build. Everything else is concrete powder, so that's how this whole place is going to look. I do have to be careful over the door because it's going to fall down, but I think this should be high enough to hide all the chests and stuff that I'm going to put in here. So along the top here, I'm going to put in a whole row of observers, and that's going to detect when the bamboo grows up this high. And then, I probably should have done this in the sugarcane farm anyhow. But so now I just need to feed the redstone signal all the way down, so they'll fire the pistons. So I don't want to block up my glass window here with the redstone. So I'm going to use glass blocks so it should keep everything nice and clear. We'll have a layer of redstone behind here. So each observer is going to trigger it and is going to fire a redstone signal to all of these. So that just needs to work its way down to the pistons so we can fire those off and collect the bamboo. And then I'm going to be using these glass blocks. I want to keep going, step this down, and then in a couple ways to do this, but I'm just going to go with the stairway down since it's a simpler method, I hope. Okay, so the simple solution didn't quite work. So I need to replace it all with a more complex version observer tower. Simple and complex up for the interpretation of whoever's doing it. So now when the bamboo grows, it's going to trigger the pistons and then harvest the bamboo because the observers are going to carry the signal all the way back down. So I put in, so here's that tower. It's just basically a tower of observers. Each one is looking at the other, and the top one is looking at the redstone. So now if I put something in front of the observer so it triggers the redstone, it fires the pistons down here. And it just carries it down. It's, I guess, a much more elegant solution than my old school, redstone ladder that goes down. But yeah, so every time there we go. Yeah, that looks good. Every time the piston's activated, or the observer's activated, it fires that signal, pistons go off, and if there was bamboo there, it would harvest it, knock it all down so it could be picked up. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Sometimes I don't even remember observers are in the game, but they can be very useful. So now I just need to close all this up. And this isn't too bad. It actually has very little junk behind the window. It's just got this one redstone, not this one observer tower there. So I'm just going to hide all the mechanism and the redstone behind some bamboo here, and the rest of this will all be glass. So I put some bamboo in, and then I can fill it all in with glass. Looks like the glass, I like the glass because I can see all the bamboo. But I also has a more modern look with the clean lines and the large windows. So there is the exterior all finished. So I went with glass panes and a mix of clear and white. I think that looks better than a solid clear or solid white glass wall. Down underneath, I've carved out an area for the hopper minecart. It's going to run back and forth and collect the bamboo. Off we go. I may need to add more power rail here and there. But it seems to be working. So if we take a look down here, I have set up a system that'll collect the items from the hopper minecart, and then it's going to shoot them up into the storage system on the main floor up above. So behind this wall here, I've got the soul sand, and it's going to have a water column. So items will get kicked into the water column and sent upstairs. So the items will come up here and then be delivered into the bunch of storage chests all along this wall. And I also want to add in a switch so I can turn the minecart off when it's not needed, because I don't need it running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth constantly. So down here, I have set up a system. It's going to turn the minecart off and on. So you can see the redstone is going from the switch to the minecart. Turn it on, and there goes the minecart. So it goes round and round, picks up all the bamboo. And when I turn the switch off, the signal triggers the rail to flip over so the minecart can then park when it's not needed. And then when I need to pick up drops, I hit the switch and off we go. So I fill that floor in and we are all done down there. So that's good. So I just have a few more things to add before we're done. And first I want a bit more lighting in here, so I'm going to add a light stand. And then I need a few workstations and storage. And I'm also going to add a couple of these auto crafters in. I'm going to put one on either side. So this one here is going to convert the bamboo into blocks for me. And so I'm going to put it in the hopper, and the barrel is going to feed the bamboo into the crafter. And then on this side, this crafter is going to set up to make sticks. So the bamboo goes into the barrel, feeds the crafter, and makes sticks for me. So if I take a pressure plate and put it on top each crafter, I can just jump on top of the crafter and pop out the item. It doesn't take long to use up all the bamboo, but I think I'll start seeing more as we go along. So just a little bit more trim to do. Now that I've actually got some bamboo, I can put in some trapdoors here to cover up these hoppers, and then I think that that finishes things off. Oops, let's get rid of that one. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I think that's going to finish things up for today. Shorter episode, just wanted to pop in, give you a little update on what's going on, and kind of, I'm just trying to catch up and get up to speed on things again. I'm sorry it's taken so long between episodes. Hopefully it won't be so long before the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for another one, and have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.